and Storm, if they can somehow enable both those heroes, even if it costs Luna a bit, it's probably going to pay off. Because yeah, let's say you give Luna a good game and then she starts jungling the game. But the other way around, if Bat and Storm have good games, they can find kills if they feel like there's any purpose in that. But for now he is sticking around top. Maybe they'll try a kill here with Firefly, but Zai made sure to get rid of the stacks. And he's finding his level 2 now, which is also going to help him have a secondary way of dealing with the Bat through the slow. But they're going to try here.
Yeah, they're going to try 4 stacks of sticky napalm. Their Fissure incoming. I don't even know if he needs it. Swashbuckle into the other side of the trees. Okay. They still see him. Going to continue to chase. Pops the mango. That's 7 charges now. Puppey continues his rampage on couriers. But the first blood goes to last hero on the Bat Rider.
Right, it's no surprise that Luna is losing this lane really hard. Don't know if Shaker, once again, if he's outstaying
Top
his,
lane, by the way.
Necessity.
Yeah. He already used his Swashbuckle. Matu actually TPs here. Gets the Aphotic Shield. They're going to try to turn this around to the Bat Rider, and they do successfully. Not every day you see a
really
position
good play call.
1 Abaddon TP to help.
Then she's playing in the off lane against an overleveled Abaddon who can get help from any of the supports, and then she has nowhere to run to.
Mid lane, Dendi getting the gank here from his old teammate Puppey with that Mud Golem. It's actually about to expire, but when it expires, 2 little babies come out and they destroy you. That's exactly what happens here.
Yep.
So looking at the mid lane, 21-6 CS versus the Visage 11-6. So Dendi's actually winning this lane pretty handily, as you kind of were expecting. But that gank will certainly help.
Yeah, and they even TP'd in Witch Doctors to try to help, and he failed. So this leaves other lanes more susceptible now. They know Fishman can't rotate for a minute. Looking at Puppey here.
Ooh, top lane, Swashbuckle with the Aphotic Shield applied. They don't want to do too much damage because it might kill Chrysalis, and it does. With that Fissure, dooms his teammate, and he looks to be next on the list. But Fishman is here. Zai taking extremely heavy damage, but it's not going to matter. Does finally go down, but it's a 2-for-1. Matu. Okay, he dies under the tower with the Maledict applied as well.
Interesting.
It is 2 levels. A nice Fairy Fire keeping Fishman alive. Bat Rider. Sticky Napalm just come. But there is support in the way of the position 1 Abaddon again on the way. Matu looking for this potential kill. Last year is already Fireflied. Swashbuckle will connect. Aphotic Shield applied to Zai. Looks like he's going to go all in for this. Looks like they'll find it. Will he burn? Nope. He shall survive again. Getting out with little HP. And they get the Bat Rider.
And in the meantime, pressure is mounting in the mid lane. Puppey and Nisha. Dendi needs 1 CS for level 6. Oh. There's no creeps dying. Oh no.
The familiar did die, but it wasn't enough experience, I don't think. And Storm.
Oh my god. Oh, he gets 6 as he gets knocked by the card for the kill.
Really unfortunate. Now Fishman might be next on the list here, and indeed he is. So a 2-for-0 as Yapzor lives on another hero for Seeker, just living with a sliver of HP, Synderen.
Yeah.
And Matu
he even has Tranks. He even has Tranks and Clocks, so he can stick around. He doesn't need to go base and full reset. I think, in my mind, this is probably the single best position for in the game to get this item on almost always as your first item. Tranquils and Clock and any mana item is just so good. You just keep putting that pressure. Matu will get killed here.
Goodness.
Went too deep and he rotated a lot of heroes. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. If he was level, even if he was level 6, I don't think so. But Luna in the top lane, my goodness, kills all over the place. Fishman does have his cask. And the Maledict is applied.
Oh, he got 6 on the wave.
And let's see if he tries to TP. It doesn't have a TP on him right now, but the Maledict looks like it's going to run out just in time. Very little HP. He just goes down to the right click. This tier 1 tower in mid lane. Dendi jumps in. Still doesn't have the electric vortex. And the familiars will not be able to finish up the tier 1, and it will be denied as a result. Top lane, Yapzor takes a spill. It ends up being a 1-for-1.
Oh, no problem.
Clockwork and Bat Rider.
He doesn't have TP on Luna. He started pushing this top tower together with just a Bat Rider and didn't have TP. That was so easy for Zai.
Quite fast.
That Fissure.
Washes there, but here's the cask into the Fissure, into the death. So Zai biting off a little bit too much there.
And Bait might be able to get an outpost here. Or protect it, rather. Puppey.
Yep, Puppey is going to have to cancel. and he's gonna be chased at least to a degree. They're gonna turn this around though, and well, Witch Doctor takes a tumble as a result. But it's a 1-for-1 in terms.
Rush Solar. Don't know if he likes it. Maybe they want the Solar and Visage. Witch Doctor.
Shot. Yep, Fishman. He gets off the Maledict, but will die shortly after. Looks like Last Hero's gonna be next, so good execution here from Secret, as they will, in all likelihood, just group up with this Zoo.
It's like this mid-game timing of having high level of Aphotic Shield is just... It's such a crazy spell when you look at it. It's a 6-second hard dispel that blocks damage and deals damage. What an insane skill. Imagine if another hero had this spell.
Oh, I could have these discussions forever. Last Hero, he's going to scout out the Roshan. It's very low at this point. Hookshot comes in from YapzOr into the Swashbuckle. And yeah, he will literally just die there. Cass comes in. Here's Dendy as well. He steals the Aegis. Beautifully done into an Echo Slam onto multiple heroes. Well, no follow-up after the fact, though, as Witch Doctor will die as well. A triple kill for Nisha. So Bait does take the Aegis, but at what cost, as some great people would say, Cinder. That is an ultra kill for Nisha. Good lord.
That was such a unfortunately, for Bait, that they paid too much for that compared to what they could have. Oh, Nisha might die here.
On Nisha into Flame Break. And not the greatest layering of stuns here, but it likely will not matter.
Lots of gold for Bat.
Yeah, that is a very, very good kill. Zai scouting things out, has his arcane boots right now. Which
sometimes against clock, but most of the time it actually feels underwhelming. Like you end up, yeah, you survive the clock, but then you can't get that big echo that you really need.
Yeah.
Oh, Last Hero's dead bottom.
Yeah, Bat Rider's done. So, I mean, the reason I was more surprised is because he had the blink queued up, and typically if you go for a 4-step before blink, it's because you can't really afford the blink in one.
It's not looking good for Crystallis, and while Dendy had a great start in the mid lane, his farm has definitely slowed down compared to the others.
Again.
Oh, failed the Cog knockback actually. Uncharacteristic mistake from YapzOr. Could even cost him his life here.
And we'll see Eclipse now onto Puppey, but they're the familiars to tank up a lot of it. Looks like the Clockwork will die first. So rolling in from Zai. Looks like he's going to find the Witch Doctor. Might actually puts Earthshaker on the other side of the cliff as well, but does find his way to the grave either way. Buyback onto the Witch Doctor now as the chase continues for Bait. Seeing the familiar slow things down as Dendy still has the Aegis, but really no mana right now.
He can't use it. Zai was basically 0.1 second from surviving that. The last... Or never mind. He wasn't. He was dead. My bad. He was not going to survive. It's in the bottom fight, so I don't feel confident that they can win a team fight, and I don't think they can either. So what are they waiting for? They're kind of waiting for Luna to keep catching up. It's just way too far behind. Like the lane stage went poorly, but they didn't recover well after.
There's the 4-step, but YapzOr plays around it. Echo Slam to follow, though. Looks like the Clockwork will go down first. Matu, nice Death Ward cancel there as the borrow time goes off. So it'll be Fishman and the ES for YapzOr's Clock.
Yeah, gets the kill with the Fresh Radiance onto Shaker. Anisha feels super confident here going in. Oh, Last Hero, you don't want to be there. Gets caught in the birds.
Bat Rider just keeps getting caught off guard over and over and over. It feels like he would have been better off with a 4-step, to be perfectly honest, in a lot of these scenarios. But I mean, pretty much every bat has been going boots of travel first. It's just such early pressure from Secret. But again, based on the lineup, we were kind of expecting this, right?
But now he's going Crimson Guard because he feels like his team needs the tank ability against the Visage Familiars. I'm still with you though. I think 4-step would, so ideally would split them up a little bit. Oh, good hook shot.
Swashbuckle into hook shot. YapzOr looks like he's going to find a kill. More than likely, no. Witch Doctor's living for now. They're going to turn this around potentially. Storm Spirit actually gets bounced up onto the cliff. They're going to get the lasso, but there's a borrow time manually activated to dispel. Yeah, that was very weird. Storm Spirit trying to clear the wave.
That was pointless.
Tower has been destroyed.
Maybe he forgot that he could activate it?
I mean, even if he couldn't, I still don't think Matu dies there regardless. Like, that was a 0% chance.
He saw somebody near him. He's only a divine / ancient player. But if Bait, well, we're going to see a hook shot in here into the cogs as well. 4-step still available for 5-up. Looks like he'll be okay. They're gonna turn the cask around now. But here comes the roll from Zai onto 2 heroes with that fissure, using it to his advantage. And they're gonna take out the Witch Doctor with ease and likely the Luna as well. Now the jump in from Dendi back into his base. The jump in from Dendi back into his base. He goes. But we're looking at position 4 or 5 bat, then whatever at that point. We've seen that before. Jump in from Dendi, this time outside of his base. But
there's the pipe
not a whole
activated.
lot of damage done right now. Ooh, that soul assumption took him to half HP. He's gonna pop his essence ring.
They have so much magic resistance secret. They have pipe on Visage. They have hood on Clockwork. They have glimmer on Enchantress. They just look at this bait lineup and they see, okay, you guys are like 80% magic damage. And here's the 20-minute push, right? Like, can you kill us? It doesn't look like they can very easily, at least. They're gonna heal up with Visage.
A lot of damage mitigation as well.
Right, here's a smoke. They're gonna try something. It's gonna break.
Broken right away. There's a hookshot from Yapzor, but it's on to Dendi. Can they keep him in place with the Soul Assumption? Absolutely. Death ward to follow, but it's very brief. Dendi does have buyback. Will probably expend it here. Nice fissure. Actually blocks them inside the base, but Matu is just so giant right now. Very difficult to deal with. This Radiance and Hyperstone working towards his AC right now. Zai with the Vlads. There's the Echo Slam after the Force Staff. We'll see if it'd be enough with the buyback from Dendi, but the Luna evaporates before he even buys back, and Dendi diebacks immediately, and that should do it for game 1.
He jumped in and got hit by a Pango roll as he connected. Zai was basically on top of him. Another hook shot. Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's an outclass, right? I like the strategy of Secret. I like the way that they picked it in the order that they did, and then they're just executing, right? It's no big surprise that this game ends here. Tough game for Bait. They are underdogs, you know it going in, and now unfortunately they needed to win the Series 2-0, so we'll see what they do in the next game. But like in comparison, we had this series that we cast yesterday where we had Secret against Viking.
Yeah, it looks quite dominant indeed. We'll see how the other lanes end up shaping out here. So I guess I don't have to ask you who you think's gonna win this game.
No.
Modified scrimmage for Bait because they want to practice with this.
I don't think Drow is very good in Dota right now. I think it's one of the weakest carries for me personally. All right, they caught Zai. They got a nice angle on him.
Zai pops the Fairy Fire. He's panicking. First blood to 5 up.
Yeah, Puppey was just not near him at all. The Puppey was out on a mission trying to kill a courier, maybe. That's what he likes to do. And then he didn't even get the rune.
Right now. He got the range creep, missed pretty much the whole wave though, as Matu just zoned him out completely. Level 4.5 on Dendi versus almost level 6 on Matu. So a very stompy mid lane. 32 and 3 for the CS versus 13 and 4. So, of course, some of that is jungle creep, but still. Top lane, we're going to see a Fire Blast onto Fishman, into an arrow, and Puppey will smack him down. Now a 2-to-1 advantage in terms of just the kills for Bait. But how's this bottom lane going now? With Ogre gone, I believe he is TPing back, though.
Needed to clean out that spider army, and it sucks to use Sonic, but you got to do it, right? It feels so bad, but it's probably the best play.
We talked about their AoE. It's like virtually nothing without him. Matu getting very aggressive. There are 3 heroes here for Bait, so if they get vision.
He's zoning 4 heroes, or is it only 3? Yeah, it's 3. He's zoning 3 heroes behind the mid with tier 1 tower minute 9. Top lane Nisha.
I believe he dodged the Centaur Stomp really well done. He's going to turn around onto the Enchantress. Chrysalis looks like he'll get out the sliver of HP.
That means if it is a good Brood game and you get ahead, you're in such a dominant spot in the game. Like there's very little that the plays that Bait could have done half a year ago to get back into this game, they feel like they need to do them twice over, right?
Right.
Yep. And that's tough. By the way, just want to point out how disgusting Brood is with Bloodlust on.
Yes, he does hit quite fast.
No, not that, how it looks. You'll see it later.
All right, you know what? I'm not even gonna call this fight because you just made me very interested. He doesn't have bloodlust on him, Cinder.
No, he did earlier. You know what it does? It
God.
stretches all of his leg.
Tower is being attacked.
Puppey is probably not the target of choice. Not gonna get back into the game with just that kill. We'll transition up to the top lane. Nisha does have a fire spirit up. They can catch him though.
Are they gonna swap into Overgrowth?
Yeah, last hero. There's the swap, but the instant
Slide.
remnant.
That was quick.
Quick boy.
Slight dodged the gust, and then he got off his remnant. Oh, Matu is still being absolutely disgusting. Oh, now he's fast too.
He's coming.
It's the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, puts down another
Good
web.
overgrowth?
Actually taking a lot of damage. This will be a big kill. They get him into the Sonic Wave as well. Will Secret want to continue? The trade was with the Vengeful Spirit. Nisha, not a whole lot of mana to speak of right now. Puppey continuing to get those multicasts off. Treant Protector pops the wand, but will likely go down to the right clicks. And indeed he does.
Oh, they got the brute though.
They sure did. What was their net worth lead? Wasn't it 13? Didn't they just gain even when you're 15k behind? Very strange.
Wait up.
Either way, Xayah looks to be pretty dead here. Completely surrounded. Gets
Last one to
blasted
hammer.
But yeah. Do a lot of damage, but Dendi should live. And Matumba continuing to... Well, let's look at the item progression for them. Enchantress is sitting on brown boots, so that, I mean, that was technically a good play. Less value, net worth.
Yeah. I mean, I would have done the same as the Venge there, but it's still funny. Dendi.
Fire Blast onto Queen of Pain. The arrow is not in time. Mistiming them a bit here. Perhaps a little overconfident. Very happy with their Brood pick. We're gonna have a potential team.
Oh my God, Xayah's doing so much work here.
Secret just continues the pressure. Crystal's already super low, forced to go back into his base. Overgrowth is available, might have to use it next to his tier 3, but instead they'll just die. 2 dead, buybacks on both Drow and the Treant Protector, as Secret will bide their time. Reset and probably just go back in. I don't see another. I mean, they are pretty close to a couple items, but they are so far ahead, and they have to know this. But I'm gonna play a little bit safe. Still have the Roshan potential. Initiate off of that. Like, if you swap, that's still time to Remnant out. You need like an Orchid or something.
I have to swap into Gust.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
dead. Yep. That's some damage. Matu